Welcome to today's Q&A, and today we have Nevzat here with us from IVF Cyprus Hospital. Welcome.
Hello, Andrea. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone.
Nevzat, I would like to talk to you about egg donation in North Cyprus, because that's a very attractive destination to a lot of patients from the UK and all over Europe who want to use egg donation. But maybe we can start by talking a bit about egg donation. When is it recommended that patients seek egg donation?
Yeah, North Cyprus has been very attractive on the egg donation side. There's several reasons. Number one is, let's start with that one, is the regulations on the egg donation side, because it's allowed to have use an egg donor here, and that egg donor is always anonymous. And basically the age range is also quite attractive, between 20 to 35 years old. So all the egg donation process has been monitored by the Ministry of Health. Therefore, we have here a very good egg donor bank in our hospital. So, and because at the moment around the world, we're receiving lots of requests about our IVF with egg donation program, and actually 65% of the total operation is egg donation program for Cyprus IVF Hospital. So it's the most popular treatment program we are offering here. The number one reason is early menopause of the women, or it can be a very low egg reserve and bad quality of the egg. Several IVF failures or miscarriage due to the poor egg quality. That's one of the other main reasons. It can be a fertilization failure. So when we combine the egg and sperm, there will be some issues with the fertilization, and we are achieving a very low quality, or we call it sick embryos. And the other reason, which is quite unfortunate in recent years, is the rate of the cancer that the women are experiencing. If the woman experience the chemotherapy, as you know, that has a huge negative impact on the egg quality, and actually you are entering early menopause. And if the woman didn't freeze their eggs, we had to go with the egg donation program. So these are, I would say, the 5 main reasons that we are moving forward with the egg donation treatment rather than normal IVF.
Yeah, and Nevzat, you've mentioned already some of the regulations, but this is a regulated activity in North Cyprus. And you mentioned that eggs come from women that are quite young, from 25 and 35, you said as well.
20 to 35, yes.
20 to 35.
Yeah, that is, I think it's most of the countries, you know, the egg donation is not allowed, but in North Cyprus, it is allowed and regulated by the Ministry of Health. And that's why we are really getting good results, because the Ministry of Health created this regulation, which every IVF clinic needs to follow here, saying that the age for the egg donor should be between 20 to 35. So that is the main age range, basically, which we can get the best egg quality out of the woman. And here we are basically an education island. So education is really popular here. We have been lots of international community coming here to study and living here. Therefore, and there's lots of people requesting to be an egg donor, which of course has a separate long protocol to follow, but therefore we having that big and diversified egg bank here. Yeah,
so it's not like people would have to wait a long time to get it.
No, that's basically, I think, the luckiest part of getting the egg donation treatment in Cyprus IVF Hospital. We never have a long waiting queue. I would say probably the longest that you will wait is definitely 4 weeks. Because, as I said, the young population is here. There's lots of different ethnic groups living in North Cyprus. Therefore, our egg bank is quite diversified. Yeah.
And if a couple wants to go ahead with egg donation, how do they choose the donor? Do you have certain characteristics that they can choose, or how is the process?
Yeah, so basically when a couple decided to have an egg donation, we sent them basically egg donation profiling documents. So basically the woman needs to fill that form about her characteristics. So for example, if my friend wants to get the egg donation treatment, she needs to write what is her age, hair color, eye color, if there is anything specifically that we need to know, the weight, the height, and also the ethnicity information. They will fill this form and send it to us. And if, as I said, I have, for example, very big eyes, I have blue eyes, like all these specific things that they had to put in that document. And after they fill that document, we review it. And then we go through to our bank and see what is the best match for that profile. So we basically find the best match, which is most suitable for that couple to have the best results. So if the woman is a blonde, blue eyes, and we definitely go similar ethnicity, blue eyes, blonde hair, and everything. So as I said, we have lots of options there because we have a patients all around from the world, from Japan to US, and from South Africa to Russia. So it's lots of diversity. Actually makes us quite strong on that health, because we can really have the best result for nearly all possible requests.
Yeah, so that means that because the phenotypical characteristics are similar, maybe there's a chance that the child will look like the parents, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the main goal. Because we don't want, for example, the blonde person to have black hair and black eye baby. The main aim is to really adjust to their request and find the best possible option for them. I think I would say that that's the stronghold. We can really find the best option and have a baby which look like the family.
And are we talking about fresh or frozen eggs? Are the women stimulated and the couple gets all the eggs from that woman, or how does it work?
Yeah, 95% of time we prefer to use fresh eggs because, as you know, based on the research, unfortunately, frozen eggs is unlikely to keep the same quality like the fresh cycle. Therefore, we really prefer to use the fresh cycle for the egg donation. Unlike on the other side, the sperm donation is the opposite. We use the frozen on the sperm side. For the egg, 95% of time we use fresh. The 5% is mainly basically the profiles that we can rarely find. Mm-hmm. That is especially from like bit of the Asian background, that we're having sometimes difficulty to find some, for example, Chinese or Japanese fresh egg donors. Therefore, we have frozen eggs in our hand, but it's very rare that we cannot find, or there's a couple that they don't have a time. They said, we have only 1 week holiday next month, we have to come there next month and do it. We don't have an option. Then if we cannot really find, we use the frozen, which we inform of course, the patient in advance. But otherwise, 95% of the time, I would say, we use fresh cycle.
And then, so that means the donor and the woman who is having treatment, they synchronize their cycles, so she receives the first embryo fresh.
Yes. Or there is another option. We only have the sperm from the partner,
Okay.
and then we get the donor egg fresh and combine with the sperm, create the embryo and freeze the embryos.
Okay.
And then we prepare the woman for the transfer later on, because we can use the frozen embryos, as you know. So the problem is with the egg. We don't like to freeze the eggs that much because it loses approximately between 10 to 15% of the quality. And we really want to have the best output from the egg donation program. And actually, that's why last 3 years, our average success rate on the egg donation program is 8%.
Well, so that is much higher than the normal success rates of IVF.
Yes, exactly, because we use the best quality of eggs, and we use fresh eggs, and mainly our patient age group is above 35. Therefore, and between, so if we basically divided an age group between 35 to 40, we have 82. But because we have also lots of patients above 40, 45, 50, we have up, because the legal limit is 55, we have up to 55 years old. But if we focus on the age group between 30 to 45, we have 80% of success rate on the egg donation, because we use fresh 95%, and we really prepare the patient properly, because we don't need the patient to be here. We just need the partner sperms to arrive here, and that's it. And we wait the best time to do the transfer and get the best result.
Amazing. And I think one last question about egg donation has to do with the legal rights of donors and recipients. That's probably one of the concerns that patients have, but you mentioned that it's an anonymous donation. Correct. And there's no legal right of the donor towards that child.
So it's completely anonymous in North Cyprus, and it says in the regulation that whoever is going to give birth is the real mother. Okay. So it doesn't matter the genetic test, what it says, but it's the donor is anonymous. Basically, family cannot also never find out who is the donor, and donor will not able to find who is the family. So it's completely anonymous, and then both sides signs contract about that. And they will never meet, they will never know each other, they will never know the names, so they will definitely, there is no way to find out basically from the both sides.
Nevzat, thank you so much for clarifying our questions about egg donation.
You're most welcome. Thank you, Andre.